Allow me to present to you the humble pom-pom, a favorite among knitters for adding a little flair to a hat, or other crafters who want to do things like make an entire rug out of pom-poms. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make perfect pom-poms using a store-bought pom-pom maker like this. In front of me here, I have got 6 different pom-pom makers. There's a lot of different ways to make pom-poms, but the fastest way and my go-to way is to whip out my pom-pom maker in the appropriate size and have at it. So you can see in these 2 hats here, we have got a big pom-pom and a smaller pom-pom. The big pom-pom on this hat was made with this green pom-pom maker, and the slightly smaller one was made on this yellow one, which I'll demonstrate with today. So you'll notice a couple things about the anatomy of a pom-pom maker. They open like, if you didn't know what you were doing, you'd be like, I don't know what's going on with this pom-pom maker, this is crazy. But it's really simple. Pom-pom makers, they pull apart into 2 separate pieces, and they have a couple hinges. There's 2 on one side right here that have 2 separate pieces, and 2 on this other side that have 2 separate pieces, but you work with them together. So to make a pom-pom, you open the hinges of one side of the pom-pom maker and make sure your pom-pom maker's securely attached to itself. And with those 2 legs together, you're simply going to wrap your yarn around and around and around this rainbow shape until it is pretty densely covered. A big mistake that people make the first time they make pom-poms is not using enough yarn. The more yarn, the better, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to a pom-pom, because you want that density of yarn to get a really good, thick, lush looking pom-pom. And you'll notice I have this little tail that when I started, I held it right there next to the middle of the pom-pom maker. That I just do because you're going to give the pom-pom a little haircut in a couple minutes, and I just leave that tail there when I get started so that all of this wrapping I do doesn't slide off to begin with. Let's see. A good way to check the amount of yarn on your pom-pom maker is if you close it and it's a little hard to close the maker. So we've got a little bit more to go. Once it's ready, I'll show you the next step. So on my pom-pom maker here, you can see I have thickly wrapped my yarn all the way around. Now is the fun part. Take some scissors. I recommend pretty sharp scissors. Be careful, but I recommend pretty sharp ones. And then what you do for the next step is there's a little ridge. I can show you on one of these other makers. There's this ridge in between the legs. So remember, there's 2 legs here. So there's a ridge formed where they come together. And what you do with your handy sharp scissors is cut along that ridge, like so. So cut, cut, cut. And these pom-pom makers are so handy. I also enjoy using cardboard, but these makers just make it a lot faster. And then you can use them more than once, so it's kind of less wasteful too. All right, so now we have unleashed the fringe in our pom-pom. And now we're going to use that same ridge we just cut along one more time. I like cutting a pretty long scrap of yarn for this next step in making a pom-pom. So what we do is put that big scrap into the ridge between our fringe that has been unleashed in the pom-pom. And then you make a little horseshoe shape and pull it tight. You feel kind of a snap or like a little bump once you get through to the center of your pom-pom maker. Next, you'll tie a tight knot without breaking your yarn. That's always what I do. I tie it too tight and break my yarn. I usually use a square knot, so it's like the knot you use when you're tying your shoes, but twice, and crossing the ends of the knot in opposite directions. That gets a pretty secure knot around the middle of your pom-pom. And you're going to want it to be pretty secure because these are all separate little fringes of yarn now, and that knot is going to be what makes your pom-pom stay together. Next, we just pop the legs open on the pom-pom maker and pull it apart. You don't have to pop the legs open. I just find I have more success when I do that. And now we've pulled that out and we've got a pom-pom. One thing I find also with these makers is that the pom-poms end up to be kind of oval shaped. So the key final step, and this is what really sets a good pom-pom apart from just your average pom-pom, is the haircut you give it at the end. So we've got all this nice dense pom-pom action here, but it's kind of football-y. So you can eyeball it. That's what I always do. Just eyeball it and give your pom-pom a nice haircut, cutting off any outlying pieces, and also I do a little bit of shaping on the sides to get it to be a little bit more spherical than football shaped. And then we've got ourselves a beautiful, relatively perfect pom-pom. As you can see, making pom-poms is super easy and super fun. I actually think making pom-poms is really addictive, and I can totally see why people whip up hundreds of these to make things like garlands and holiday wreaths and more. If you like this video or pom-poms, go ahead and give us a like, comment with any questions, and don't forget to subscribe for even more knitting video tutorials.